I'm outside the Class D airspace, Camden, on my own, and just roaming around. I don't know what to do, but maybe just go see places. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the types of motion for an aircraft. So compare that with the
Romeo Whiskey, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, Romeo Whiskey.
So you compare an aircraft with a car. The car and the aircraft can always go forward, but the car can turn left or right. Whereas in an aircraft, it's got three types of motion. It can pitch up, like what you see now, or pitch down, nose down, so go up or down. That's one type of motion. It can bank to the right or to the left. That's called banking or rolling.
Kilo Victor, remember from overhead, make a right turn and track movement.
From overhead, make right turn, track word burn, Kilo Victor November.
And then there is a third type of motion, which is called the yaw, which is like basically you can move left or right like I'm doing now. That's achieved using the rudder pedals, and the pitch and the roll is achieved using your control stick over here. So there are three types of motion that you need to manage at the same time while flying an aircraft. So that's one major difference from a car. And another key difference is your power. So this is called the throttle. Whereas in a car, you've got an accelerator on your feet. You press the accelerator, it adds power to the vehicle, and it just take your feet off. It's falls back.
Tower Whiskey Kilo Mike, Scotus Grass with Bravo, request taxi for departure.
Whiskey Mike, counter ground, taxi to holding point Echo, runway 24.
Holding point Echo, runway 24, Whiskey Kilo Mike.
But in an
Counter ground, Tango Kilo Victor, good social one, Charlie, receiving information, Bravo, request taxi for departure.
Tango Victor, counter ground, taxi holding point Echo, runway 24.
Taxi holding point Echo, runway 24, Tango Kilo Victor.
Yeah, so I was talking about the power. In a car, you've got an accelerator. You press the accelerator, there's more power from the engine on the vehicle and it moves faster. But whereas you take your feet off, it falls back. Whereas in an aircraft, you've got what you call a throttle, this thing over here. It's got a fixed setting. You set it at a power. The RPM meter basically tells you how much power it's or how fast it's running. And you want to set it at a power and just leave it, it's kind of autopilot.
Victor, contact center 124.55.
12455, good day, Kilo Victor November.
So that's kind of two major differences between a car and an aircraft. You've got three types of motion: the pitch, the roll, and the yaw. And you've got a fixed power setting, whereas like an accelerator in a car. So that's main differences. The other thing is, you've got three key aspects of flying. It's aviate, navigate, and communicate. So aviate is flying the plane. Navigate is all about, knowing where to go, looking at landmarks, or get a map and trying to get your way around. And communicate is talking to different parties over the radio communication. What you hear on the radio interspersed while I'm talking is air traffic control broadcasting, and the other aircrafts around me talking. And you kind of have to listen to that very carefully so that you know what is happening around you. So right now I'm at 3,500, 700 feet, and I'm going to do a steep turn. And let's see how that goes. To the left probably. I'll avoid the sun first.
Camden Tower,
Look for traffic. There's no traffic around me, and
Romeo, whiskey number 1.
Number 1, Romeo.
bigger heading of that's a 27. Yep. And I'm gonna do a 360 steep turn now. There you go.
Romeo Whiskey, 2 wide approach.
As you can see, it's quite steep. You can see the ground below you, and I'm turning it about 45 degrees. The thing with this turn is, it's quite tricky, and a lot of G's on your body. Basically, it pulls, drains away all the blood from your brain, and sometimes go blind if it's too much. But I think I'm fine. And that was a very close, short, steep turn. And I'm going to level now at 27. And I did lose a bit of altitude, which I shouldn't be. The whole thing about steep turns is, being able to turn.
Ready, holding point echo, runway 24 for a overhead departure on climb.
Being able to turn.
Tango Victor Tower, hold position.
Holding position, Tango Victor.
The whole thing about steep turn is being able to turn. Say, for example, if you see a traffic in front of you heading straight towards you, you want to make a quick turn, and you should know how to do that. And the idea is also not to lose altitude, so you remain at the same altitude and then make a turn. So I'm going to make another steep turn to my right. This time to my right. Try to maintain that altitude of 3,700. Yep, seems like I'm doing good. And I'm gonna come back to 27, heading on 27. Yeah, that's good.
Tango Kilo Victor, line up.
I can feel the G's acting on my neck because the plane is tilted to the right, and then I'm trying to keep my head to the left. And my chest a little bit. And yeah, it's a little scary sometimes when you see the ground below you, and you kind of have an upward.
Departing in a particular direction or for ops overhead?
For ops overhead,